Akram here, and in this lesson we're exploring physical prototypes. What are they, how to make them, and how they are a vital part of the game design process. Once a game idea has been settled on, the next phase of the concept stage is to develop a physical prototype. A physical prototype is a working model of a game to test its feasibility and fun factor. Physical prototypes are sometimes called paper prototypes because these earliest prototypes are not made as digital games but with pen and paper. You might be thinking, how in the world can one create a physical prototype for a complex video game idea? The goal of a physical prototype is to provide only a rough idea of how the game or parts of a game will function and serve as a blueprint for the game development. Testing game ideas as physical prototypes help to identify if the game is interesting, fun, and feasible without spending too much time and money in development just to find out the game idea does not work. When building physical prototypes, it won't be possible to test the fluidity of running, aiming, and shooting in a 3D environment. However, physical prototypes can help game designers identify tactical and strategic issues as well as issues with the game balance. Creating physical prototypes also provide game designers to start laying the foundation of the game mechanics, rules and procedures, gameplay, choices, challenges, and consequences, and core mechanics, repeating player actions. Physical prototype development should not be ignored and should be implemented at the earliest stages of the concept stage of game production. The process of developing physical prototypes can be broken down into steps using the same iterative process discussed earlier. The first step of the physical prototyping is to lay the foundation. Here we build a representation of the key gameplay, identify the basic game objects such as settings, units, and resources, establish the game mechanics, and develop the core mechanics. Step 2 is to build the framework. Here we prioritize what is most important in the game, decide which rules are essential, keep a distinction between features and rules. When talking about features versus rules, features are attributes that make the game richer, while rules are modifications to the game mechanics that change how the game functions. Step 3 is to add the finishings. Here we define the necessary rules for the game, test the validity of each rule, add and remove rules as needed. Remember that not every rule is critical to a game, and avoid adding rules that are not essential or overly complex. Step 4 is refinement. Here we play through the prototype. Is your game compelling? What makes it so or not so? Assess and refine the prototype as needed. Evaluate other features and ideas for the games and implement if deemed relevant. Far too often, game designers do not see the value in developing a physical prototype and skip this vital step in the pre-production stage of the game production process. Physical prototypes, however, provide game designers with insightful information about the game idea and what direction to move forward with it. It also provides the earliest opportunity for game designers to play test their game ideas with others. I hope you found this lesson informative, and don't forget to check out other lessons and tutorials on the channel. So what are you waiting for? Get creative today!